Welcome to Three Voices Unfiltered, where no topic is off limits and everything gets real. Join us,
Ranisha,
Teresa,
Suzanne, as we dive into hot topics, share our wildest experiences, and bear our honest opinions and thoughts. Buckle up, because with us, it's always raw, always vibrant, and absolutely unfiltered. Welcome to another episode of Three Voices Unfiltered. I am Suzanne, along with my friends Ranisha and Teresa, and we're happy to have you here today. So our topic this week is how I broke up with a friend. And the tone that we're trying to present is, we talk about romantic breakups all the time, but not friendship breakups. And they hurt just the same, honestly. Mm-hmm. But today we're getting into the tough, messy, and sometimes freeing experience of ending a friendship. But a light disclaimer, this is about growth, not gossip.
No, it's about growth and gossip.
It's about both.
And gossip.
It's about both.
Is it gossip if you're telling your experiences?
No, it's not.
It's not. I agree. All right. So we're going to talk about how the friendship lasted, what made it fade away, any red flags that we may have seen, the moment that you decided to maybe walk away, or maybe you reached out to them and they didn't want anything to do with you. But anyhow, let's start. And Ranisha,
yeah.
take it.
I'll talk about a friend I had since high school, met her in 10th grade. We're friends, and over the years, we remain friends, but of course, life happens, and that can separate you from your friend. I didn't see her all the time, but we talked a couple times within the month, maybe every other week. But I'm the type of person where if you're my friend, I don't necessarily have to see you every single day to feel like you're my friend. Like for you guys, for example, we were not around each other for many, many years because I moved away. You guys stayed in touch because you still work with each other. But I moved to Texas. So you're talking about 8 years. But when I got back to North Carolina, we're back.
Like nothing.
Like nothing. So I don't have to be that type of friend where we have to see each other because I was raising kids. I was married at the time. She was single doing her thing. But what happened is I got married for the second time, and that's another long podcast that I hope maybe we'll do. And I called her up, very excited to share this news, and actually wanting her to be in the wedding. So clearly, I don't think there's an issue if I'm going to ask somebody to be in my wedding. Yeah. She was in the first one. So I was like, I know she'll be in the second one. But this is her exact response. No, we're not friends like that.
Wow.
You're talking about...
You were BFFs for a long time?
From 10th grade until 2016. Ouch. So you're talking about when was it? I don't know, 1993?
Right,
wow.
right.
Until several decades.
Until 2016. So... talking about caught off guard, your girl don't like to be caught off guard. Like I can handle my emotions. Like I'm not a crier, you know? And I was like, that really kind of caught me off guard. And I was like, oh, and it kind of hurt my feelings. And
so
I was
what did you do?
I just said, okay. And I hung up.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And
that would hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
It hurt and after I hung up, I literally had some tears come out of my eyes because it was so off-putting. And I wasn't expecting that response saying, I want you to be in my wedding. Yeah. You said we're not friends like that. And then after that, I let that hour. Then after that, okay, yeah, we not friends like that. You're right, we not friends. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm good.
What was I thinking?
And you know, I got married. She sent me a wedding gift. She sent me $100. I was like, okay. It was very odd.
That is weird.
That's weird.
And I never talked to her again.
And you haven't still?
there was one time we had a mutual friend, and you guys know the brain tumor and the brain surgeries.
Uh-huh.
He told her what was going on, and I told him, look, don't say anything, but if you do, that's fine, but don't say anything. She found out, and she called and left me a message. I saw her name show up. I haven't blocked her or anything. I did unfriend her, though, on Facebook when she did that to me. I unfriended her. You know, that's the first thing we do. We're going to unfriend you on Facebook, okay? In social media.
Because I don't want you to know my business.
Right.
Honestly.
Since
That's
we're
why I
not friends
unfriend
like
people.
that.
Exactly.
We're not friends like that. So that was my response to just being hurt.
You're hurt.
But she called, and I saw her number and name pop up on my phone. I just looked at it, and I listened to the message, and she said, oh, I heard that you were going through some things, and, you know, give me a call. And I didn't call.
So there wasn't a falling out. There wasn't anything any red flags that you thought, you hurt her feelings, or it kind of faded without, you haven't been in contact. You've been busy. She's probably been busy. And
I was raising my kids, and she was busy doing her thing in her career. She has no kids, not married. So yeah, I think maybe we grew apart and I didn't know it, but I couldn't tell.
Right.
Because I talked to her and we would just still laugh and joke. And I mean, but also it made me think maybe I'm too, I'm very jokey, and maybe I didn't see it because, maybe she said something and I just laughed it off, but I don't remember any of that happening. But that was the end of that friendship. I haven't talked to her.
That's a good segue to my experience, because there was a friend that, and I mentioned it in another episode, that she stopped talking to me, and to me, it was a joke. Like, I'm in my early 20s. I'm stupid. To be exact, I was 22 or 23. And I made a joke. She was pregnant, having, issues with her pregnancy. Not anything terrible, but just, I think it was with nausea or anyhow. I made a joke about the pregnancy, and she was not happy about that. She stayed with me for about 6 months. I felt that there was some type of going on because, it's my place, and there wasn't any type of compensation or anything like that. My only ask was that you clean after yourself, which did happen sometimes. But anyhow, for my part, there was a little something, but I try to work through it because this is my friend.
Right.
Like, it's okay. They're moving out. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to stress about it. There were times that maybe my husband at the time and I would get a little loud. It was a 1-bedroom small apartment. We're young. We just got married. Yeah, they were living had a cot in the kitchen. But anyhow, we would get loud, and this person outranked my husband in the Marine Corps, and he was staying at our house to be with my friend, and we would be upstairs laughing, or I don't know, and they would shush my husband in his house. Well, the boyfriend would, and I would be literally holding my husband back saying, don't you go down there, don't, so there was little things that I could have been angry about and said, this is enough.
Right, because you're staying with me in my home for free.
Yeah, for free. And but even through that, we got past it. My friendship to her was more valuable than even all these things. I felt.
Right.
But I made a joke about the pregnancy, something, I don't know, like, oh, they should do an ultrasound or something, make sure that your baby's not something wrong, or I don't know what I said. Something about that. Anyhow, an alien or something. Like, it was just a joke. I don't know, something. I can't remember the exact word I said.
You called this woman unborn child an alien.
Maybe. I don't remember what the word was, but it was something in that aspect. But it was a joke. Yeah. Like, obviously, it's not an alien if that's what I said or whatever I said. It's a human baby. I'm 22 years old. I'm an idiot.
You were joking.
Not even 21. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. Evidently, I hurt her feelings.
Right.
She got upset with me, stopped talking to me, and I didn't understand what happened.
Right.
And in the meantime, I had my son. fast forward several months after, or maybe a year, I don't know. And I ran into her at a store, and I said, I really want to talk to you. Like, went over her house, and then she told me that's what happened, and I had no idea that's what happened.
Wow.
And our friendship went from like a great friendship to nothing, disappeared. I don't even know if she didn't like me, I guess. But the point is that talk to your friends.
Did she have the baby? Was it
She
an
had
alien?
the baby. The baby was beautiful, perfect.
Did she move out of the house when you said that? Because they were living
They were
with you.
already. No, she did not. She was still with me.
Oh wow! Well, she wasn't
wow.
that
So
mad.
she moved out. When the guys came back, she moved out. And that's when she stopped talking to me.
Wow! So she did it when she was convenient, when it was convenient for her.
Okay, I
to be
understand now.
upset. Oh, she.
So,
Interesting.
and that's when I was like, I want to know what happened. And I was told what happened. And I said, oh my gosh, that was like a joke. I apologized at that moment. I try to make it right, but it never.
She wasn't
She
a
never
friend.
talked to me.
Yeah.
She
wasn't
never
a
talked to me
friend.
again. She's
Continues
successful.
to talk to her.
Continues to
talk
stay.
to her while she was in the home. But when they
Right.
moved out,
Didn't talk to me.
conveniently.
She used you.
Yeah.
She used you for
Possibly.
her. Yeah, just stay with you.
So I
Was
got
she
broken
even-
up with, and I didn't know what happened. For a while later.
I felt the same way. I felt like I don't know what happened.
It hurt my
I mean,
feelings because I didn't know. I
Yeah.
mean, we're really close.
Yeah.
We're really close
Yeah.
to the
Wow.
point where I invited you to my home.
right.
yeah, she stayed in your
And
house.
that hurt my feelings. But, you live and learn. I have no animosity. I would talk to her and I would love her because I did love her. So I didn't not love her. I didn't.
Right.
But it was a really painful breakup for me
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
for
for
a
you.
friend because I didn't know.
That's a good question. I don't know. I have her number. Like, I feel like I'm good. It's okay. We can move on.
It might be a little harder to move on now that this happened, 30 plus years ago, 35 plus years ago. But see, it kind of, even if it's that long ago, it still kind of stays, but it was a learning lesson for me. I learned
Okay.
to when I make jokes, I'm like you. I make jokes and sometimes they are inappropriate, but it's a joke. Like, I think it's stupid funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. You were close enough to her where
She should have known.
she knew your
She should have called me. I'm
personality.
like, really, Suzanne, that's not funny. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. And
But-
boom, we're done.
She had some personality things because she was already telling you to be quiet in your own house.
Yeah. Well, her
So-
boyfriend was.
Well, her boyfriend, and that was strange, but
That was really inappropriate. But anyway.
yeah. What about you, Teresa?
Okay, my story is a little bit different. Back in the late 90s, I met this gentleman, and we tried to have a romantic relationship. I mean, it lasted for, a couple of years. And, wait a minute, I don't forgot. It was back in the day. Anyway, so, so we were, romantic, and then we, stopped talking to each other. And I don't even remember why we stopped talking to each other. So there wasn't any type of specific event that happened. But over the years, he would reach out to me and we would talk. He was my friend. He was my buddy. He was my buddy. And we talked about some everything. And he was a good listener too, because I remember the type of job that I had, it was stressful. And, I would tell him, certain things. I would never divulge, stories that would break confidentiality because I was a human resources manager, but I would just vent. Okay. And then he would make me laugh, and it was just a good friendship. And so I remember I moved into my second house. And so this is back in 2005. And we somehow don't even remember how we connected again, tried to have a romantic relationship again. Didn't work out, you guys, did not work out. But even then after that, we started talking again,
Ooh.
and he would,
How many times?
Okay, we just started talking again, all right? And he would call me all the time, and he was just my friend. And I remember when I had gotten engaged, And I had contacted him and let him know, well, you know, we really shouldn't be, you know, shouldn't talk. I'm going to devote my time and attention, you know, to this person. And so he respected that, you know.
Okay.
He respected that. No big deal. Okay, well, that didn't work out with the moving forward with the marriage. But then he contacted me again. Now, this is the last time, okay? But he contacted me again. It was just a text, hello. That's all it was.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah. It was just a text, hello.
And Nelly and Ashanti, it was just a hello, and they got back together.
And so I'm like, you know, so in other words, it was just a hello, and I responded back. And then next thing you know, here we go for the third time.
Wow.
Trying to have a romantic relationship. So here's where the breakup comes in. So I remember this breakup. I don't even know why we broke up back in the 90s. I don't remember why we broke up back in, you know, after 2005. But I do remember this because this one really, it bothered me. It really did. So it was Christmas time. And I was hanging out at his house for Christmas. And I remember asking him, I'm still working at the time, so I'm being cognizant of my days and, you know, my time off. Mm-hmm. So I'm asking him, you know, you got any plans for New Year's Eve? Any plans for New Year's Eve? Well, the man didn't have any plans for New Year's Eve, which was really, really not like him because we were always doing stuff and going somewhere, you know, some type of event that he found for us to do. But anyway, so he hadn't said anything. So we went to church that morning, and that afternoon I came back, and I think that was New Year's Eve. If that wasn't New Year's Eve, the next day was New Year's Eve, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. I gotta remember, I have to go back and look at the year. But anyway, I was there. And so he hadn't said anything. So when I got back from church, I started packing my clothes. I'm sorry, I started packing my clothes. And I'm putting my stuff in my car. And I said, well, I'm, you know, getting ready to go. And he was like, you're leaving? I said, well, yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't a surprise. I mean, I normally did leave on Sunday after church, after, you know, getting some food, mm-hmm. you know, and I would leave to go back home, you know, because I got to work on Monday. Well, he got upset. And he was mad. And he said, oh.
Wait, did he get Diddy upset?
Oh, no. Girl, okay. No. Renisha.
I'm just asking.
Renisha. She would not.
Renisha.
She would not allow that.
No.
Okay.
No. I've never dealt in a relationship with anybody got.
You know, I'm just joking.
No, to do that, but no.
No, but so anyway, so he was really upset that I was
mad.
Yeah, he was mad that I was leaving. And so I said, well, you didn't plan anything. So I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and go home and just take, you know, the next couple of days and relax, you know, before I have to go back to work. Mm-hmm. And so he would not help me put my things in my car.
He was upset.
And so I'm in his driveway, and he comes out the door and tells me he wanted me to take everything that I had gotten him for Christmas, because it was Christmas, and then his birthday was Christmas on the 25th, so his birthday is the 28th. Anyway, he wanted me to take back the Christmas gifts. I wouldn't do it. And I'm like,
wow, he was upset.
He was upset. So I went home. I didn't talk to him for a while. And I don't know how much time went by, you guys, but I know I got like a phone call or a text or something, I don't know, telling me to meet him halfway to bring me all the stuff that I ever gave him in life. And I told him, I don't want that stuff.
Wow,
you know, I said, I'm
not
not driving halfway to pick up. What is that? You know?
What a 5-year-old.
What did you tell him? You told me you told him. You don't remember? You told me you told him
what
to
I
do
told
with
him?
Your stuff.
I don't know. What did I say? I don't know.
Throw it away.
I told him this. Yeah, you can just toss it, you know, if you don't want it anymore. And then you
I think it
guys,
was an excuse to see her.
I
think so.
bothered
'Cause
But
me.
he could've
just say
put it in
that.
the-
Don't be a 12-year-old.
Yeah, it just bothered me. It really bothered me.
Because he was your. I know
Because
this is
he
a
was my
romantic.
buddy. He was really
This
my
was a
friend.
romantic relationship, but he was your friend in between that a lot.
In between all
and
of
you
that.
missed the friend.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
What it is that I just missed the friendship because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
had good old conversations. And it wasn't the conversations we had wasn't about romance and liking each other. I mean, it was like just like I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. We just had good conversations. And we had no business. And this is my conclusion. We had no business trying to be romantic.
Yeah.
We could have still been friends.
Yeah.
I think, did you ask me the other day if I should, did you ask me the other day, should I reach out to him?
Yeah.
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 I don't know. And I thought about it. And I said,
should.
maybe I should to see where his head is at because it's been, let me see.
I think
Well,
you
I'll
should.
tell you, it's been like 5 years now. It's been like
Yeah.
5 years now. And wait a minute, listen to this. No, I'm not finished. So maybe I would say maybe a year and a half or 2 years after that, I get this yellow envelope in the mail about this big. You know, the yellow envelope in the mail.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, and I looked at the return address and it was from him. And I'm like, what is this? And what does he say to me? Bless
Was
his
it
heart.
a pair of socks?
No.
What was it?
It was a framed picture that I gave him of me.
Oh my God.
Because I remember when we got back
That
together
man-
that third time.
I don't know,
he
you should
said,
call him.
He said, I want a picture. He said, I want a picture of you. He had asked me for a picture. And so
has
I gave
trauma.
him a picture.
He's
And it
petty.
was it was just a
He petty.
5x7, it was in the picture frame. And he sent that back to me and I just fell out laughing. I thought it was the funniest thing. I said, bless his heart. I said, he big man.
when I
He's
broke
still
up, I had a
mad.
boyfriend. I was going to boyfriends. I broke up with him. No, he broke up with me, and I packed everything, all the letters, cards, pictures, and I was mad. I was
See?
hurt.
Okay, I've never
Okay.
done that.
Yeah, but that was a breakup story for me that really bothered me because, like I said, we had no business trying to be romantic.
What
We
made
should
you
stay friends.
feel that you had no business being romantic after it was over?
It was some things I just don't want to share right now that I
Okay.
should have known better. And I'm like, yeah, we should.
You know, and it's another thing with men, being friends with men, when you cross that romantic line, you really find out who you're really dealing with. Like,
Yeah.
you know how some women will say, "Oh, he's so sweet." This is like my second husband. Oh, he's nice, but you've never dated him until you date a man. You
Or
don't know
live with them
or
or
live
Eric-
with them. You
it's
never really
different.
know who they are because they donned my ex-husband as the sweetheart, and this man was a whole devil. So, and no one would have known that unless they dated him. So,
Yeah.
but
Right,
maybe
yeah.
that's. But you found out the real him
Yeah.
through all that.
I mean, but the thing
Because you
about it
shouldn't be
is,
petty, and
he was petty.
I
he
gave my
had
stuff
issues.
back
He
because
did.
I was cheated on. I was pissed.
Yeah.
So I threw my
makes
stuff
sense.
mad. But just because you wanted to leave and take a couple days off, that was
that's
kind of
nothing.
petty.
No,
That's
and
stupid.
I didn't understand. I have not really given it any energy, to be honest with you. But now that I think about it just right now, it's like something had to be going on for him to be that upset. I would never have thought that he would have been that upset just because of the fact that you didn't plan anything for us to do. If anything, I should have been the one that have been upset because he always
Right.
planned things for us to do.
He wanted you to be there for some reason.
I don't know what it was, but baby,
He didn't like it. So let me ask you guys this. What do healthy relationships look like? What should a healthy relationship, given all our
Friendships?
examples, friendships. What does a healthy friendship look like? Although we thought we had healthy friendships that didn't end up well.
I think the common denominator is communication. Just talk to
absolutely,
people.
100%.
Like my friend would have said, "Hey, let's hang out more." I would have been open to that.
Yeah.
Although I had kids and a husband, it would have been hard to just fly off. I didn't have any cash to do all that stuff, and I wasn't in the same place that she was. But I would have tried to do more if that's what she
Yeah.
felt like.
Communication. I really, really believe it's communication as
Yeah,
well.
it's
It is
communication.
because, yeah,
Like,
and if he would have told me, I didn't plan anything, we'll just wing it or something like that.
Yes.
Or don't leave, you don't leave, we
Yes,
can hang
something.
out. Or let's figure out something together or anything of that nature.
Right.
But he just got upset. So when
Now I'm
you
gonna
said
be the devil's
communication,
advocate.
communication.
Could you have asked him why he was so upset?
I could have. I
Right?
could have.
No, I'm just saying.
And wait a
Why are
minute.
you so
but
mad?
But wait a minute. I kind of think I don't think I did. For some reason, I'm thinking that I did, you guys, ask him why he was so mad. But I can't remember if he gave me a response. So maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me, Suzanne. But you are absolutely
'cause it goes both
100%
ways.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because communication is both
But
ways.
it is. So-
Because I could
She could
have,
have- you could have asked.
But
Why are you so mad at me? I
but
don't
I'm
understand.
thinking that I'm in my car. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm in my car and I roll down my my window, and that's when he came and said he wanted to give me back my stuff. And that's when I'm thinking I asked him, why are you so upset or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember. But
Should
it's like-
I have answered my friend's call when she called me?
Maybe not then, because however you were feeling, but maybe you could have called. Maybe if you think about calling
Because
back.
she wanted to talk to my son, and they're not close, and they don't see each other. So what? I'm trying to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Like you want a whole relationship with my son, but
to
they
kind of
don't.
still be connected to you, but not directly connected to
Right,
you.
but
That's kind
you
of
said we don't see each other, but you don't see him at all.
Yeah.
And to be fair on that to you, it goes both ways.
It goes both
so
ways.
you could. I have a friend right now that I haven't talked to probably in a couple of years, and I've been thinking about her. And usually I'll reach out. Hey, I'm going to Raleigh. Let's get together. And it's like nothing happened. But I have not talked to her for a little bit. And I know that when I'll pick up the phone and it's fine. But it could have been that if she felt you were slipping away for some reason, she should have called you.
I mean, I was slipping away. I was in Texas.
She
I
should
had
have called
slipped.
you though.
Right.
Right?
It goes both ways, and I was reaching out. I mean,
Yeah,
as much as I can, raising all these children,
Yeah.
working and doing all the things.
So they can't get mad at you. I guess the point is that a true friend cannot get mad at you because you're not doing something that they're not doing either. They're not calling you. It goes both ways.
It does. It does go both. A relationship, man or woman, friendship or romantic relationship takes two people.
Right. Right.
So I
Yeah.
agree with that.
So the takeaway here is it's all about communication. It is. And it goes both ways.
So do any of these experiences shape your approach to friendship?
No.
Not really.
Me a little bit,
No.
just to make sure when I'm making a joke.
Oh yeah, I can
That
see.
is appropriate, that I'm not going to offend someone, because I guess I do sometimes. Sorry.
My
It's
thing
just-
for me, for a friend, I have to be my authentic self. I can't
Yes.
tiptoe and be somebody that I'm not, and I can't be. So if I can't be my authentic self, then I can't be your friend. If you don't like me for who
That's
I
true.
am,
That's true.
although I'm not going to offend you, I'm not going to do anything disrespectful. If I say something, let me know that hurt your feelings, but I'm just going to be me. And my friendships now, meeting older women, you know how meeting older women like at our ages, it's not that easy, but I'm just going to always present myself to be the best person I can be. And that's it. It's like even with the man, I'm like, I don't have that issue anymore. I don't have to do that, but I'm just going to always try to present myself as who I am and be the best person I can be for my friends. And
For me, is
whoever.
that I have a circle, and if you're in that circle, you're in that circle. I will do anything. You can call me, text me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much time has gone by. That's what true friendship is about. Is that, the thick, the thin. What if you were going through something, which you were? What if you were experiencing depression? What if you were just in your spot where you couldn't talk to people? And instead of judging you, right? Or instead of assuming that it's about you, it's not about you. It's about life. It's about whatever I'm going through. So we shouldn't judge or assume without really asking and communicating.
Yeah, my
Communication.
takeaway is I know that I can be a certain type of way, and I know that I can be a better friend because I'm used to, people, calling me and having conversations, good conversations. And I'm used to people, initiating, let's do this, let's do that, let's do the other thing. And I'm down. I'm like, okay, let's, I can do that. Or no, I can't do that right now, whatever. And I could just be a little bit more, how can I put it? Not aggressive.
Initiator?
Initiator. I was going to say aggressive, but that sounds like a little bit harsh, but just a little bit more of initiator, and I know I can be. So that'll be like my takeaway, because like you said, I could have point blank asked this gentleman, why are you so upset, or if I decide, if my spirit leads me to call him to really ask that question, because I truly did not understand why he was so upset and did not talk to me, after that.
Yeah, people, we need to communicate.
I have to take responsibility. So I'll take responsibility, for that, because I know how I am, as well. And I'm like, okay, you feeling that type of way? Okay, see you later. Bye. Don't have to talk to you again.
And another takeaway to me is that just because you feel a friend's ghosting you, they may not be necessarily ghosting you on purpose. Maybe, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, there might be so many things going on in someone's life that we don't know or understand.
Yeah, that's true.
And just ask. And
but it leads back. That goes back to communication.
It goes back to communication,
Right, because if she felt like I was being a friend, or we're not friends like that, okay, let me know. Okay, I'm cool with that. We're not
or
friends.
let's fix it. Like, if the relationship is that important, hey, I have not seen you in about a year. We haven't talked. Want to catch lunch? Like, let's meet up. And that's it. And I promise you that when you reconnect, it's going to be like no time has passed.
And then, and always be ready for the hard conversations, because
That's true.
Nobody likes confrontation, but sometimes
nobody
it's
likes
needed.
it. But if you're friends,
But you said, did I see any red flags? Yes, in 10th grade, she was weird, and I should have known then she wasn't going to be a good friend.
Yeah, I mean, if there's red flags that they're not going to be a good friend, then
Nobody wanted to be friends with her. They were like, that girl's strange. I'm like, she's cool. She's okay.
Well, oh well.
Well, share with us your friendship breakup experiences, and give us some feedback about our experiences, what you think we could have done differently.
Yeah.
If there's anything that we should do, or should we just let it rest and let the wave goes where it takes us, which is right now nowhere. But
it is what it is.
But anyway,
That part.
thanks for listening. And our hashtag will be #3VU breaking up with friends. That's a long one.
That's a long one. 3VU breakups.
Breakups. There we go.
Friend
#3VU breakups.
Yeah.
Just make a hashtag. We'll find it.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'll find it. Bye.
Bye. Do us a big favor and hit that like button, share this episode, and subscribe.